William T. Piper obviously had a lot of foresight with the Piper Cub. Almost 20,000 Piper Cubs were built between 1937 and 1947. 2009, a lot of people know general aviation was going downhill. So we had a lot of work to do when I took over in 2011 to rebuild this company. Technology is playing a big part in everything we do moving forward, and digitalization is a big component of it.
So one of the goals with engineering is to build a system that allows multiple engineers and multiple facets of engineers to collaborate closely.
When we have a large development program running, we could have anywhere from 75 to 100 individuals, not necessarily 100 designers, but manufacturing engineers, methods planners, technicians, regulatory representatives, all working off the same digital mock-up.
Since 2009, we delivered 14 training products. Last year, we did over 145 of them.
When I look at the engineering side, it's always speed of execution. How quickly can you innovate? How quickly can you execute on an innovation? How quickly can you turn a concept into a conceptual design into a actual product?
Anybody can model a part in any CAD program. You can have one part, two parts, a small assembly. Where it gets tricky is if you have 1,000 parts or a number of thousand parts getting designed by different departments or even different suppliers and making sure all that stuff is up to date.
When I started at Piper, there was confusion about, well, what's the released copy versus what somebody's working on. When we moved to Teamcenter, that became so much easier. If I need to be able to look up what's the released official version of this aircraft, I can do that immediately. And yet when I'm working on a new concept, if I need to show that to someone in, say, the structures group or the electrical group to interface, they immediately know what I'm working on the second that I save it.
We've now purchased a new additive manufacturing or 3D printing machine. With additive manufacturing, you take away all the boundaries. Before, a designer would have to think about what the manufacturing capabilities were. In the future, they don't have to worry about any capabilities whatsoever because there are no boundaries with this 3D printer.
Using the 3D printer, we make tools to make parts. So we'll make a tool, we'll make a dense tool. It's designed around the part in NX 3D. So we know it's exactly like the part. We use that information to calculate any spring back we need due to the materials and how we plan to process those materials.
We here at Piper still do all our wiring. Obviously, we do all the designs, but we also do all the manufacturing of the wiring harnesses, the avionics. A lot of the industry is outsourced that to different sub-tier contractors right now.
Most of the concept of the electrical circuits gets designed in 2D, but then for the manufacturing process, we have to take into account routing all these wires through one end of the aircraft to the next. So it does really help using NX to visualize what paths we have, how much space we have in the 3D environment.
So we have our flight training products, such as the Piper Archer, the Piper Seminole, that are being used to train future commercial pilots. Those pilots need the latest technology. If they're going to fly one of these big glass cockpit airliners, they want the same in the small planes. Just the same as our personal customers who buy a $3 million airplane, they want the latest technology. I want my engineers to introduce the latest technology. I want them to be innovative. To do that, they need to have the best tools that are available to them. And there's nothing better than the software that Siemens provides. It provides us a great system to design and develop our products.